This clip is brought to you by the legendary Tasty Pastry. 20 grams of protein, 5 grams of net carbs, and 0 sugar. Better than any protein bar out there. Tastes amazing. Enjoy this clip.
Oh, and speaking of criticizing Liver King or criticizing Saladino for twisting his thing, oh my gosh. I mean, so many props to a guy who's fighting the battle for all of us at the front lines and digging into all the research and testing and refining. So I give him tremendous credit for modifying his original take of being 100% carnivore and watching his funny shit on Instagram and shouting at the camera. And like, Sisson and I tried to sneak into Whole Foods and got kicked out.
Whoa.
And then he was in there slamming on the Whole Foods salad bar, which it so upsets me that Whole Foods, which passes themselves off as the place where they got you covered, and as soon as you walk in, you're good because they did all the hard work scrutinizing their products, and there's canola oil all over that store. It's like they might as well, have a raindrop walking through. But yeah, we got kicked out. We tried to get official permission. We couldn't get official permission, so he bootlegged that video. That was good. Calling out the bullshit and being strong about it because we're fighting a royal battle with mainstream conventional dietary practice. And that's why I think all these, like you said, a toolbox. We need the toolbox because we're getting bombarded from all sides with like cultural messaging that it's okay to put this shit into our bodies our whole life, and then we're going to go visit people in the hospital with cancer. And it's like we have to wake up and start getting hardcore, however that looks. And if it means buying 10 books and trying 10 different things, at least you're thinking about it. And whenever you skip a meal and you're fasting, you're breaking from cultural tradition, right? And so you're doing something that like you're trying to take responsibility for your health. And so it has positive benefits just to be engaged in any way with this stuff. Just like when people go vegan from standard American diet, they have a health awakening from this extremely high risk and ill-advised diet at first, but it is better than Burger King and Kookaroo and the rest of them. So then if we get further down the line, I think you guys are like, the cultural trendsetters here to say, hey, I don't give that much of a crap. I'm having a piece of chocolate here. And that's like the highest level of, sophistication of dietary strategy is to say like, your body can fight off anything, even if you're going to Chuck E. Cheese birthday cake one day a year. But I like how Dr. Robert Lustig, author of Metabolical and many other good books, one of the leading anti-sugar crusaders in the world, he contends that if you just eliminate processed foods from your diet, you can't get fat. And you won't get sick, you won't get metabolic disease patterns. And it's as simple as that. And so that's some common ground.
I can get fat.
You can get fat. It's harder. Yeah. It's harder to get fat, but you can definitely get fat.
I mean, tell me when.
Trust me right away.
I guess.
I'll show you the Bell jeans. You'll be shocked.
The Bell jeans. Mr. Bojangles' Bell jeans are really big. Yeah. I mean, you go fatten yourself up on steaks and eggs. Yeah. You went from 6 eggs to 12 eggs a day. And then you went from 3 steaks to 4. There's a certain point where you're probably going to level off, and it might be above our performance weights if we all do this experiment, but it's not going to be disaster.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, this talk about endotoxins, which you hear a lot of people talking about now. When you eat that processed food, you produce endotoxins. It's internally manufactured toxins that interfere with your ability to burn fat or to function mitochondria effectively. And so you start to get bad at burning energy internally. And so therefore, where do you trend to? You're reaching for more and more processed foods and sugary beverages just to get energy because you can't burn fat internally and everything's all screwed up because you have these processed foods in your diet. And so that sends you down a slippery slope. And that's why I think zero tolerance is probably a good recommendation for a lot of people that are stuck in this processed food sugar burning pattern. Is you gotta walk away from that stuff and get good, get your body back in gear.
You got to break yourself away from that stuff.
Yeah, like Jay Feldman says, hey, if you say that you feel better from fasting versus eating breakfast, we got to go take a look at your breakfast. Because if you have a nice, nutritious breakfast, you're probably going to feel pretty good. And you might feel good fasting too because you've built those capabilities. But that's a good quote also. It's like, get the shit food out of your diet. You're going to start feeling better. But then what if you, back to my personal example, because I have good blood work, I have good body composition. Where's my optimization? I've been on a 3-month experiment now to eat more food. See what happens.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, go ahead and comment down below and let us know what you liked about it. All right. Share this with a friend. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And also, we are on Reddit and Discord. All that's down below. All our sponsors and everyone that supports us down below there too, so you can get whatever you like from us. All right? Peace.